my health freedom loving friends. Misty Carlfeld here with Health Freedom Idaho. I have had so many friends ask me how to make the yogurt and kefir that I make for my family, and I keep promising this video. I'm finally going to do it today. So I always start with the kefir, and this is actually raw goat milk. You can use cow if you'd like. You could use coconut milk if you would like. It's a little bit different recipe for those, so you'd have to kind of Google your own recipe. But I definitely recommend using raw because then it has the bacteria that can actually grow, which is what we're trying to achieve here, right? So this pan I love because inside of it, you want to come see, it has the measurements. So we can get 2 quarts without having to use another thing to pour it in here. Plus I got the pour spout. So, you know, as a mom of 4, I have to make things as super easy as I can. So I'm going to pour 1 quart in here. I'm just going to make 1 quart today because 1 packet makes 1 quart. I'm going to turn this on. Put this in here. We're trying to get to 92 degrees. So that's actually, you know, not that hot. It's not going to take too long. And then while that's cooking, I'm going to tell you, a lot of you know that I have an autoimmune disease, and for a long time I really couldn't stand very long in the kitchen. And what was really frustrating about that as a person that's really sick is that you need to be in the kitchen to do the things that you need to do to get well. And I really couldn't. But when my friend Jennifer Whitney, she's a nutritionist, and she told me about trying to heal my gut and using probiotics and yogurt and kefir to do that, and fermented veggies. And she showed me how easy this was to do, and I thought, okay, even in my pain and my exhaustion and my detoxing, I can do this. It was like 20 minutes start to finish to make enough kefir and yogurt to last my family for a week. So this is something actually that even in my sickest of times I was able to do. Okay, so while that's cooking, this is the kefir that I use. You can get it at my husband's office at the Carlfeld Center. You can also get it at the co-op, here in Boise anyway. I think I've seen these online, like at Amazon as well. So you have these little packets. This is the bacteria. So you want to handle this with care. This is the love. And this is what we're going to end up mixing in here when we reach 92. And then I pour it in here. Now you can put it on top of the refrigerator. You're really not cooking this like you will yogurt, like incubating it in here. You're just kind of giving it a warm, loving spot to grow bacteria that will be really nutritional for your gut. Some people put a towel over it and put it on top of the fridge, but as you can see, I can't really put mine on top of the fridge. So I've just made use of this. I don't plug it in because you don't want to cook it. I just pour it in here and I put it in here with the lid on it and just let it kind of stay warm actually next to this. Alright, so we're up at 60. Just reaching 92. I'm just going to pull it right off the heat because it can go from 92 to 93 really quickly. So we're at 92, and now here is the bacteria. So one thing I want to say is that you don't have to use this every time. It is kind of expensive. You can actually reserve out 6 tablespoons of your kefir, put it aside, and use that as your starter for the next kefir, and you can do that 6 times. So it doesn't have to be as expensive. It's actually pretty affordable, especially when you analyze the cost of not making your own. And this is medicinal kefir. What you get at the grocery store is definitely not going to be the same level of probiotic healing for your gut. This is actually going to be in this jar for 20 hours, growing that bacteria. So I just pour it in here. And what's great about doing it all at the same time is now I'm just good to go for making the yogurt. And because I have the double-decker yogurt maker, I'm going to go to 2 quarts. And then I'm going to put in a tablespoon, and it kind of depends on how rich your goat milk is. And I've noticed that that changes through the seasons. So sometimes I use a tablespoon, sometimes I use less than a tablespoon. It really matters what your family likes. Do they like it thicker? Do they like it a little more runny so they can drink it? So my big kids actually just like to drink it and get out the door. So they actually like it a little runnier, which I think is, I like it a little more custardy. But I will do with whatever gets it in their bellies. So this is going to go to 110. I'm going to put this back in here. Mix that in really good. And we'll let it get to 110. And in the meantime, cover this up. And just let it stay warm and toasty in there. All right. So we're going to take all the lids off of these jars and get them ready to fill. Okay, so we're almost at 110. And then we'll add the bacteria here in a second. One thing I wanted to add is that my oldest son, I could not get him to eat the yogurt. Just didn't like it no matter what I put in it. And I asked my friend, Jennifer Whitney, the nutritionist, I said, how do you get your kids to eat the yogurt? And she's like, well, when they start breaking out, and they go to school and they see all the other kids breaking out, and then they start breaking out, then they want the yogurt because they know it heals the acne. And sure enough, I brought that up to my son, and he would go visit at his dad's house and come home and be like, where's the yogurt? I need it. I'm breaking out. So sure enough, it does. He calls it an acne miracle. So that's how I get him to eat the yogurt. I just let him eat junk food, and then it shows up on his face, and he's got to heal his gut. All right, so we are at 110. Okay. And that's really it, you guys. That is really it. You can pour this in all these jars, and this is going to incubate in here for 24 hours. Now, just to be clear, this is actually also a yogurt maker. If you plug it in, you can put yogurt in this jar. So some people like to have the big yogurt container. I just find it's easier with all my 4 kids to hand them a jar of yogurt, let them put in it what they want, and then eat it for breakfast. Some of the options of what to put in your yogurt is raw honey, and also, I don't have any, we're out actually right now, grade B maple syrup. That has good enzymes in it. This is something from my husband's office that we all use just to amp up the gut healing. And it's just this yellow powder. It doesn't really have much of a flavor at all. So you can still do this and honey or a little homemade jam. Whatever sounds good to you. Well, I hope that helps. I hope that answers all your questions.